One of my best friends, Carla, is getting married soon. It's only meant to be a small backyard type of wedding, but they've been planning it for a few months now. And originally, it was supposed to be on my property. They wanted it because it's private, has a lot of open space for the reception, a nice view, and the house could be used for them to get ready and stuff. Of course, I said yes. She and her fiancé Rick were very happy. Thing is, Carla and I do have a history. We went out on and off in college, but decided to stay friends. I met my wife. We got married. Carla met Rick, and now here they are. Now my wife knows I went out with Carla back in college, and she didn't care. Carla still went to our wedding and everything. I never knew if Rick was told or not. It's not my relationship, therefore not my business to say anything, so I never did. Rick found out recently, and not in the best way. Not sure how, but from what I heard from friends, is that one mutual friend told him we used to date. Not only that, but apparently Carla said a couple of years ago she was still in love with me when she was already dating Rick. Don't have an actual confirmation if that's exactly what he was told. All Carla told me is that Rick was told about our past and he's angry at her for never saying anything. It became quite a drama and didn't hear from her for over a month up until now. She told me they're going to couples counseling and that the wedding is still on, but Rick requested that I not attend. It sucks, but I totally get why he wouldn't be comfortable. Then I asked the obvious questions. Where are they going to hold the wedding then? To my surprise, she said they still want it at our place. Rick said so, and in my mind, I'm going, okay, he doesn't want the guy who dated his fiancée years ago at the wedding, but still wants the wedding at his house. My wife and I are expected to just not to be our home that weekend. And I told Carla no. They're going to have to find someplace else since we're not going to simply leave our home to them for the weekend. Not only for safety reasons, but it just doesn't make sense. Rick doesn't want me around because he's not comfortable, but he is comfortable enough to have their wedding at my house. They really want their wedding here though, and because of that, I've been bugged not only by her, but also Rick and some friends who think I'm being a petty asshole for not letting them have their wedding here anymore. Honestly, don't think that I am. It just doesn't make sense at all to have to leave our own place for a wedding we're no longer welcome to, and leaving our home totally vulnerable. Still being accused of sabotaging their wedding, and Rick believes it's the least I can do after everything. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for dancing half naked in my living room, leading to my boyfriend and his family seeing me? Nate's family is also really conservative, and he was brought up like that as well. Someone mentioned I should have added this in. Also, I'm from the US since a lot of people ask. This is so embarrassing, but I can't take it anymore. I have to know if I'm the wrong here. If so, I need to apologize. I was told by my boyfriend Nate that I'd get the house to myself for the weekend. He said he had to go visit his parents to take care of a property-related issue. I was pretty excited to have the house to myself because I have been living with Nate since I was 19 and I miss living alone. Though Nate is the love of my life and in no way a trouble to live with. I had this tradition of spending a lot of my weekends baking while in my lingerie. I don't know, it makes me feel pretty. Yes, I know it's stupid, but it's just make me stupid happy. With music and dancing. Super embarrassing to admit, but I also do silly things, like pretending I'm a Victoria's Secret model or a singer, and I sing along loudly. I mention this because this means the house is usually a mess. My dresses are all over and the music is super loud, which is obviously not okay. I haven't done that in a long time because Nate hates loud music and he's not a fan of my cupcakes. So I decided to do this weekend. So it's Sunday, and I put on What a Feeling by One Direction, and it's super loud. I'm only wearing lingerie. The Victoria's kind so lazy as fuck, which I regret so much looking back. My boyfriend used his key to open the door, and I didn't hear him come in because like I said, it's loud in the house. And I'm also in the kitchen room area. Apparently, he wanted to surprise me. Nate brought his mom and dad, and his sister's 2 kids, only like 10 years old I think. They come in, and there I am, frozen in a dance pose like an idiot. I quickly ran to our room, yelling, "Sorry, I wasn't expecting anyone," and was putting clothes on when Nate come in. He was so angry. He said I was acting like a child and that I embarrassed him. His parents wanted Nate to drop them back ASAP, refusing to stay and his mom called me a lot of names and said the kids had seen everything, and that made me feel guilty as fuck. Here's why I'm losing sleep over this. On one hand, I didn't know they would come. I locked the door too, so I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. I planned on cleaning up my mess before Nate came home, but Nate and his mom insulted me a lot. But when you look at it from their perspective, I was behaving like an immature person. The house was a mess, I looked like a mess, and there were baking supplies scattered. Nate just wanted to surprise me and do something nice. Nate is still not completely talking to me, and I don't know how to face his family. I also know his sister told him to make me behave, or someone. So I feel like I should apologize before things get worse. But I can't decide for sure if I'm the one who's wrong here. So I need your help. After reading what everyone wrote, I quickly realized what Nate did was so wrong. A lot of great moms in the comments also helped me understand the fact that even conservative moms like Nate's wouldn't react so rudely. It hit me like a wave when I realized what my life had come to. I didn't say anything to Nate about the post, but he must have figured it out that I was upset at him. I was doubting our relationship and pulling away from him. He started talking to me again, and for a day, I didn't really say anything. But I knew I had some decision to make. I genuinely didn't believe that I would get so many responses telling me that I was not the wrong, so this was an eye-opening for me. So a few days later, I made a post. I told Nate that we needed to talk. I said I would be staying with my friend until I felt comfortable around him. He didn't know what I was referring to, which just made me angry because how can he forget a fight that big? And I told him I was upset with how he treated me after the whole "your family walking in on me" incident. I also mentioned how I shouldn't have to wait for him to be away to dance, bake, or listen to One Direction just because he doesn't like it. He tried convincing me to stay, but I left. I think he knew I wouldn't let this go like the other things, thanks to you guys. Yesterday, I asked him to meet me at a cafe so we could have a conversation about everything that happened. Nate cried, like for the first time ever since I have known him. He apologized, told me he messed up, and that he would change because he realized his mistakes now. I told him I wanted to move out, and maybe after a while, if he does actually change, I'd give us another chance. I just needed some space to think about things, and so I told him we should take a break from each other for a while. Nate told me he would talk to his mom as well, and that he should have defended me, to which I said yes, you should have. I actually borrowed direct sentences to explain why he is the wrong from some comments you guys left, because it was so helpful. It went better than how I imagined it would go. Also, thank you. Thank you doesn't even begin to cover what I really want to say to everyone who helped me, and also to the moods who remove a lot of creepy comments. Thanks for sharing your stories about dancing in your underwears as well. It made me feel better to know I wasn't some freak for enjoying those things. I'm going to use those baking tips you guys gave me and make cupcakes right now. Actually, because I can. I feel so relieved. Thank you guys.
Am I the asshole for telling my friend that her getting treated like a doormat is her choice and that I won't do the same? My partner Sam and I have been together for more than 3 years. Our relationship has always been a little odd from the outside. Sam works more than 80 hours a week as a lawyer at a large firm. I work as a policy analyst for the government at a nice 37.5 hours a week in comparison. Before we dated, he told me that he wants to work up to being a partner and that would require long hours. I told him that I prioritize work-life balance even if it means a lower salary. We agreed to date knowing this about each other. My best friend V and her boyfriend started dating on our first year of anniversary and have a rocky relationship. The boyfriend cheated on V in our last year of anniversary and he's since been caught cheating again twice. V, against my advice, has chosen to stay with him. Sam recently got a promotion and as part of the deal was assigned an assistant. When I met her, I kind of got a vibe that she was crushing on Sam. She was really flirty and very attentive to Sam, which he pointed out to me first. He said that he'd still keep her as an assistant but that he would make sure nothing got out of hand. I wasn't concerned because I've never had a reason to worry that he would cheat on me. One night, V and I got dinner and later decided to go back to my place. Sam's office is in between the restaurant we were at and my apartment building, so I offered to go drop off some food for him. I asked V if it was okay if we stopped, and she agreed. When we got to his floor, he was working in a glass-paneled room alone with his assistant. I didn't think much of it, dropped off the food, and left. I also want to add that there were lots of other people in the office. As soon as we left, V asked if that was the assistant that I thought had a crush on Sam. I said yes, that they often work late together. V got angry at me, saying that if I want to keep my man, I have to stake my claim or something. I explained to her that that I wasn't worried that he would cheat and that I trusted him.